They that compare themselves amongst themselves are not wise. When you find yourself flagging in your faith, go over that story again, item by item. That will shoot adrenaline into your souls.
Hi, I am Father Abraham, and spreading light is my legacy. Welcome to Re-Spectrum. Together, we gain clarity and the resolve to live with purpose. Blessings. We're going to be having a great time today. Welcome to the show. Hello, welcome to Re-Spectrum. This is the 7th episode. My name is Abraham Ologundudu. If this is your first time listening and you don't know me, I am a social change leader in my 20s, using the power of digital media and communications to drive innovation and transformational leadership across communities. Like I often say, I say this a lot, I play different roles, but at the heart of my work is that passion to promote ethical, strategic, and digital leadership for the development of communities, organizations, cities, and nations. Yeah, that is so much T's and Sean's in a sentence, but basically, I just want to impact the world. On this show, I explore different themes from my life experiences to educate and inspire young people globally. My desire has always been that through my knowledge and experiences, you can further be equipped to live an informed and purposeful life. Of course, my thoughts are grounded in my faith as a Christian, but you can stay open, and if you think this doesn't work for you, of course, it's okay. But I'm sure you're going to have a great time with me. Thank you for allowing me into your space, and I love you for being part of this. As a follow-up to my last episode on how to deal with the pressure to perform as a young leader, in this episode I am joined by an amazing friend of mine to discuss downtimes. Yeah, of course, we have downtimes as humans, just like the internet or website have downtimes. Yes, as young achievers, I reckon that there are times when we feel totally disconnected from our inner genius and we just can't do things as we would usually do. It's that feeling of everything seems off and you can't get yourself to be as productive as you would want to be. Therefore, I brought in my friend Toby Donut, and she will be sharing her experience and she will offer some insightful principles for recovery. Her name is Toby Balogun, but we call her Toby Donut, and she is a marketing communication professional, an expert in public relations and branding, and she loves volunteering and public speaking. And she just launched her own podcast called Feelings with Toby Donut. Trust me, you'll be filled, guys. And she shares her thoughts about pop culture and society over there. Check out my show notes to get a link to Toby's podcast. A quick heads up, this was a Zoom recording. You have to bear with it, or the quality. But yeah. Well, please enjoy this. See you soon. Bye. Alright, so when we spoke the last time on phone, it was basically, you're like a downtime. That's a weird word to use.
Yes, I said I was in a funk.
I could relate to your own experiences because I was also in that same place, at least for a while. What was it like for you in the last, I don't know, depending on how far you want to go.
In the last couple of months.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be on this show.
Tell us briefly by yourself.
Oh my God, I'm super excited. Okay, so like I said earlier, I was in a funk for a while and it affected almost every part of my life because this downtime made me very lazy. It also just it just affected me in every way. I mean, at first I was struggling myself saying, oh no, it's not affecting me. It's fine. It's one of those things. But like looking back, it really did. There were a lot of tasks and things I ought to do and that I didn't do. There were a lot of things I turned down. So it really got to me. In between,
Do you think you want to give us a bit of background? Like, I'm sure if I put someone in this podcast now, they might not really get a picture. So do you want
that's
like
what I was about
probably
to say.
when it started, what triggered it, and what was it the experience for you like in terms of the last 8 months, your work, your sense of self, how you kind of basically everything.
Okay, so my downtime began sometime in March. I mean, it began when the pandemic began. It's just really weird. But I don't think the pandemic caused it. Of course, the pandemic heightened it, but it didn't cause it. So I think it started because I knew I was going to be done with my place of assignment where I worked, but that wasn't really it was a trigger, but it wasn't the main factor. I think the main thing that really got to me that allowed this happen was my relationship status at that time. And it's so weird thinking about it now because I remember that period here. I really prayed to God that I wanted him to show me a sign and make things not work out if it's not supposed to work out. And then it finally didn't work out and everything went south. And I was like, what is this?
So fundamentally, guys, I think what she's trying to say that she had issues with her relationship. So
that's long and short of it. So
yeah.
I'm always trying to like package it well that it's not really that. I think that's the major thing that happened, coupled with little things there and there. So that really, because I remember I went offline. I was like, oh yeah, I want to do digital detox. I'm lol.
Digital detox.
I did this, chat. It's really good. I mean, I've been wanting to do it for a while. So I'm like, oh yeah, perfect time. This is a perfect opportunity. I left them to a couple of groups I'm on. So what I did first off, I went to my WhatsApp, all those groups that they've added like 2018, 2016. I looked for because I wanted to just exit. Like I wanted to leave things that are irrelevant. I just left. And then even some of the groups that were relevant, there were these particular groups, I can't remember. Anyways, I had to message the admin, one of them, that see, please, I'm going to leave this group. It's not because I'm tired of you guys, but I'm not feeling too great. So I did that, and then it of course went offline, and they kind of helped me because I was able to do other things. Well, not really productive things, but I was able to listen to music well and better, like the music sinking into my soul. So yeah, so that downtime was triggered by the relationship that didn't work out, coupled with other things, and I basically got out of it via, I think I began to run. I started running because I needed to be back on my feet mentally because the thing weak me. I could not do anything. I wasn't able to do. I wasn't like, even Abraham personally. There was some Abraham and I. We were kind of like colleagues. He's my boss, sort of. I literally, like, I think he understood. Abraham, you understood me that period. I basically told him like, see, I don't even know. The thing
because I was in that same zone. That's why I'm like, whoa, I understand what you're saying, but probably because
I could not like. I couldn't do any. Do you get? And then it was just
basically
a lot.
Sleeping and waking up, I was stress eating. I think I mentioned this briefly in one of my episodes, but I could relate with you exactly when you mentioned that. Yeah.
I know that stress eating is a thing too. Yeah, I was just eating. You know what? It's just like I would want to. You know when you just want to when you wake up, the only thing you want to do is, there's this girl now. They say this thing, relax. I've been taking care of. I just want to wake up, look. I didn't want to do housework. That's how bad it was. I didn't want to sweep. I didn't want to do anything, but of course I had to. I didn't want to cook. I just wanted to be on my own. I just want to be looking like Bolo, like this. I'm like, okay. And then that's when I now started, Netflixing actively. That's the period I had to watch Blacklist. Because normally on a normal day, so nothing will make me watch any series that is long. Do you get? I had to get out of whatever it was. After a while, I was reading something recently about self-motivation and tapping into your flow states. You literally, like, external factors can always help you. Might be the thing that helps you on a low, like, or every time. But trust me, it gets to a point you need to tap it within. Like, look, I looked within, because it got to a point. I'm like, sis, if you continue like this, you're on your own. Like, what are you going to tell people? What are you going to tell yourself when you begin to question yourself? That what have I done? What have I achieved? X, Y, Z. So I had to sit down and rethink. I'm like, calm down. I mean, life is not that hard now. Is this not you? I beg you, get off it. And I kept, so not really meditation, but I used to talk to myself a lot. And then I started running. Running helped me a lot because when I started running, I would listen to some podcasts that I like. I would listen to gospel music and messages, and then speak in tongues. Just do those things. So those things really helped me. It helped me, and just realized that what, life is good. It's gonna be good, no matter what it seems like it's happening right now. It's going to be good. So yeah, that's about my downtime.
The reason why I wanted to do this is, I've been doing a lot of, in the previous episode of my podcast, I've tried to get young people to know that, okay, especially young leaders, high achievers, or people who are aspiring to be high achievers, to get out of that illusion that everything is smooth and you won't have times when you won't struggle with yourself. You get, there's always that illusion where, people that we look up to or people that they look up to are superhuman and they don't have their own demons to deal with. So I wanted to really just get more, aside from my own point of view, I wanted to get you on board and say, see somebody else like Toby Donut, she's amazing as herself. If I want to talk about being all the Toby's do not resume, we'll not live here. But
lol,
we're able to. So I want you to speak to that a bit. What will you say about we young people who are we are privileged. I think you're turning 22, so you're 26, I'm 25, and we've done amazing stuff in our short time on earth. And some people are looking at us people are amazing stuff, and they don't get us see that there's some behind the scenes they don't know. Your downtime and my own down. When I tell some people, I think they can't believe that happened.
They owe you. What are you? So what is it that you're thinking about? Exactly.
What would you say to that? What do you have to say towards that illusion?
I mean, honestly, mental health is really key. And trust me, guys, no matter how well everything is going for some people, they struggle with something. And one thing I've realized as a young adult is not to compare. There's this passage that says, I'm paraphrasing, they that compare themselves amongst themselves are not wise. It's the most inconvenient thing to do, to compare yourself with somebody, to compare your story with another person. I remember there was this, when I wasn't driving like that, okay, when I first started working, there was this girl, we're the same age, my friend. She later became my friend, she's still my friend. She's driving a Jeep. I mean, there was a point I almost started to feel bad, what's happened to me? But then my sister got this car. Her dad helped her with it, everything, packaged everything. I'm so imagine see me when I was stressing myself over, somebody that has this and that, that has this opportunity or privilege. That I can't change nothing. Okay, miracle can happen, but it's not going to change the situation on ground. Just be happy, enter a car, be happy, and be friends. I know people that they always fuss or worry about things that are not so important, fuss about using the latest gadgets. I remember, in fact, I'm still using an iPhone 6S. When I tell people that, they laugh at me. So it's not like I can't afford to get an iPhone 11 or 11 Pro or whatever the current one is. Max. I can. But then, I've looked at it. Okay, I'm not really creating. I'm not a content creator per se. I just started content creation. I'm not this, I'm not that. So what is the value? What am I getting from using this iPhone or whatnot? And it puts a lot of people under pressure. So many little things. Before I started using the iPhone, I used to use Techno. I'll carry my phone out and let's go for events. I'll be using my phone. In fact, I remember there was someone that really told me. I was working with her on a project, and she said because I was using an Android phone, that she won't allow me record or something.
What do you mean record? Bad. What was it recording? Like an interview?
No, so we're doing Instagram live and different things, covering the events. So she said, that Android quality is really not great, and I kind of understood, but then she said it in a very, very degrading manner.
Degrading way,
and I felt really bad, but I got over it. Anyways, long and short of all this, my comparison stories, do not stress yourself over these things. Do not compare. You don't know what that person's journey or stories, you don't know the work they put in behind closed doors. Do not compare yourself. Just be content. Contentment is great gain. I know it seems like almost difficult not to have that contentment spirit because a lot of things is going on social media. But trust me, you can do it. And you feel like there was a period in time I had to unfollow some people. There's this famous person now. When I realized we're the same age, that was about 2 years ago. I was like, what? Me and this girl, we are the same age. My head, everything was just going my. I was like, okay, you know what? For now, let me unfollow her. I'm not 18. Actually, she's doing amazing, and
Of course, I get you. You just want to like guard your heart from that.
I had to
that
guard
state.
myself.
Yeah.
I had to guard myself. See, guys, if it's for you to leave a particular situation for a time, just to take yourself out of it, by all means, do it. And if you're really strong enough, you can fight it. But do not allow it affect your mental health, which in turn affect your productivity. Or because you don't have a car yet, you are feeling old. See, I remember Lala shared a story. Lala Akindoju is a famous Nollywood actor. And she said when she started then, she'll carry a big bag. She puts some maybe extra shoe or slippers, perfume, essentials. And then she's going for an interview or whatever. She tells the Okada man to stop a bus stop or 2 houses before where she's going for the interview. She gets down, brushes her hair, go to the corner. When she gets into the office, if she has time, she goes to the bathroom, spray a body spray, 300 naira body spray. Just look okay, like nobody would know. Do you understand? I mean, I'm not shaking here for you people that don't understand Yoruba. I've done it before.
Of course, most time when people invite to speak in the event and they're not paying you right, so you're using your money to go there. So I will pick Uber from my house. My house is very far to those places. I now realize that I'll probably spend like 8K or 9K on someone else's event. So I just tell myself that, say, guy, this is really for Uber. I don't do it again. So I'll basically pay public transport to probably somewhere around Obalende or something. Then I'll just chat like a get to Lekki or somewhere.
God bless you, Abraham. You guys, me and Abraham are in spirit. See, I've done that plenty times.
Yeah.
I will stop in Obalende. Then if I'm now led, I can ask, okay, let me order Uber from Obalende. If not, Amy, I'm the chief organizer of Keke Napep. I would have given it 500 Luma Baby.
Exactly.
Like this, so I have London.
She makes 500 is going to cost now.
Okay, I'll be serious now.
I speak pidgin in my podcast too, but I translate. Fine.
500 naira to charter a Keke Napep to this my destination. It was really sweet for me at that time.
Yeah.
I would. Life is not hard. I get there like this. Toby Donut. I'm smiling. I'm shining teeth, and I know that okay, maybe because of reputation's sake. If I'm going in the evening, I might need to take Uber. But that nobody's seeing me, I'm actually Keke Napep.
Of course.
See, guys, this life is not hard. At the end of the day, things that you desire and that you want will come to you, especially if you work for it. And of course, you believe in yourself. There's no point fighting yourself over. I mean, when I had that my downtime, there was no point me fighting over myself for the relationship that didn't work out, or for my contract that ended, which was a beautiful experience, or for some of the things that I did not get. I mean, some of these things ended well. It's time to move on to the next chapter. It's time to do more and be more productive. It's time to just get out of whatever it is and just get up. I mean, I was reading, I don't know whether Abraham wants me to stop now, but there was something I was reading yesterday. I was going to say it in my podcast or my newsletter. I can't remember. But it was, I think it was 12:12. And it was the joy of accomplishing a goal. I'm paraphrasing now. I'm trying to open my book here. So the Message version, it's not the full scripture. I'm going to read parts of it from Message and Amplified version. So it's something that, when they say something like, it eats me, I was like, wow, works. Okay. So I'm going to paraphrase a bit. So it says, so it's about the journey, like a Christian journey towards redemption, like God and everything. So this particular Message version says in between, strip down, start running and never quit. When you find yourself flagging in your faith, that means you're faltering or something is going on, you're not so strong in faith, go over that story again, item by item. That will shoot adrenaline into your souls. So if you put it into, like, take it away from the biblical context and put it into like a motivational or real life context, whatever it is, you have to strip down those failures, rejection emails, I still got a rejection email today from a very big organization. Do you know the funniest thing? Because I always try to write down the applications companies I applied to. For some reason, I forgot that I applied. So when I saw it, it was bittersweet. I'm like, I didn't remember anyways. But I'm like, oh, it would have been nice. I felt bad a bit, but I moved on. Strip down, start running and never quit. You do not owe these things. If you owe them, you're dragging it weighs you down. You begin to, no, don't do that. And it now goes so further to say, when you find yourselves flagging, like when you find yourself that you're not believing in yourself again, like you feel like this is it, I'm done. I don't have ginger to do anything. Nobody cares about me. XYZ, XYZ. Go over the thing, that story, that thing that made you. Okay, so you had a rejection. Okay, you've had like a couple of rejections from some companies. Is it my cover letter that is bad? Or is it my resume? Is it the font size I'm using? Is it that my email is entering into spam? Go over some of these things again, item by item. Do you get? Literally, you get light. This scripture says it should shoot adrenaline into your soul. Do you know what I mean?
Like somebody is preaching.
Oh, sorry guys, I didn't mean to preach. And then the Amplified is really simpler, of course.
Yeah.
Message tries to, Amplified says, who for the joy, basically, which I think everybody will recognize now, who for the joy of accomplishing the goal, endured the cross, that's talking about Jesus, disregarding the shame, etc., etc. So there's a joy that comes in accomplishing a goal. There's a joy that comes after you get out of whatever thing you're feeling that is making you down. Like by the time you realize, I can actually do better, I can do this. There's this peace of mind that comes with, okay, I'm better now. So guys, we're millennials, like Abraham said. Me, I'm a 26-year-old, beautiful, smart lady. Abraham is a 25-year-old, amazing, creative, fine, genius, everything mixed together. Both of us, whatever it is that we're doing well. It might not be the best now, but we're doing great. And I'm sure that you guys that are listening are doing amazingly well. Do not fret over all these little things. I know that you guys will say, oh, it's easy to stay now. I get it. I say that too when I listen to people. I'm like, let them be talking. But trust me, go over some of these things that weigh you down, that make you less productive, and then just do better.
Because the truth is that, when you look at it, mine took a long time too. When you look at it back and forth, just realize that, do I want to let go of my foreseeable future because of this little setback that I went through?
I
want to keep sitting down here and whining and complaining and sulking over my past when I can grab my loins and say, hey, young man. No, I literally look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, hey, dude, guys, snap out of this. Like,
snap out of it.
I seek help. I'm calling on counseling and I reach out to people. I got a therapy program. I'm seeking help. So don't like a blind step out of it, but it's an intentional step to take yourself
actually
from.
What you mentioned is actually very key.
Yeah,
a lot of people also ignore that fact that asking for help, a professional help, is not a bad sentence. It doesn't come with any stigma. It's not a sin. People feel like when you ask, you're seeing a therapist. Oh yeah, you are doing this X, Y. Oh, you have issues. Oh yeah, bipolar. They'll start mixing different. They'll start mixing different things to it. No, which is a very important key, Abraham. Thank you for mentioning that. If you guys feel too much overwhelmed, reach out. Abraham, if you allow me, I don't know if you advertise, because people are supposed to pay. We're content creators, but there's a resource I would like to share with you guys, just in case.
Okay, you can mention it. I'll put the link in the show notes also.
Yeah, so there's one. It's called Joy Incredible. It's owned by Chude. I subscribe to their newsletter, The Daily Vulnerable. I mean, this is like 350 words of whatever it is, but it always hits me. Like, it always makes sense. And Joy Incredible, they're doing amazing work. Let me not pump them too much. Right from the time I started going for their masterclass 2018, that was what really made me understand about mental health and living a purposeful life filled with joy. That's very key. You have to have a joyful life. So yeah, you guys can check that out. And then there's a popular one, Mentally Aware. Whatever it is, if you feel, you can reach out to those two. Those are the two I really know for now. You can always reach out to them, and you'll be fine. And if you feel like you're scared, you can reach out to Abraham.
Of course.
Abraham will help you.
I'm sure like somebody out there will get to hear this and probably give them that energy and that motivation, strength.
Yes.
Stand up and say, I can do this. Like, I know it's hard. Sometimes I think about it. Some memories come. I know it's hard, but I just think about my future compared to where I'm coming from. No, it's not enough. It's not enough size, and it's not worth it. I can't make that compromise
at all.
and I keep moving. So, do you have any last words? I know you've said many things already.
I know, Abraham. You know that you guys, when we started this thing, when he called, I said, "Oh yeah, maybe 5 minutes." Look at me now, talking. I love talking actually. As Abraham was speaking, I remembered something that also helped me. That I looked forward to doing it. So, of course, after my downtime, I began to, what are the things that would bring me joy or fulfillment, or some things that I like in the past that I've always wanted to do. So I've always wanted to create content, YouTube, podcasts, all those things. And I just had to start something. So I'm not saying it's compulsory for you to start. Maybe you like baking. And I say, I want to open cake shop because so that I feel better. No. But then it might be therapeutic for you to. So let's even go a little bit normal. Let's say you always wanted to sing. For example, I know you have a great voice, but you don't have the platform yet. You can start Instagram live sessions and start singing, or like everybody tune in by 7 p.m. every Friday. I'm going to be singing old jams, XYZ, just something that would lift you out of whatever thing it is that you're going. Like you just do something that you really love. This is that you want to learn how to cook. You can start watching videos on YouTube and start preparing for your family. Start doing recipes. Like there are so many things that can actually help you get out of whatever it is that you're going through. So for me, it was the fact that I looked forward to launching some of the things or starting some of the things I've always wanted to. And it's been a great journey so far.
Hello, welcome back. This week, I realized all my episodes up until now have been primarily about young people and their internal struggles and mental health, all interconnected. And it wasn't consciously planned. Like, it's not like I consciously planned this out. However, I figured that the current climes in the world with respect to the pandemic has foregrounded a lot of internal struggles that we would need to give attention to, that probably because of so many activities and our fast-paced lifestyle, we haven't paid attention to those things. From Donut's thoughts, it occurred to me that the very construct of the word downtime reveals a great secret, and this is it. Our downtimes are mostly as a result of a weight we are holding on to, and it kind of pushes us down. So my assignment for you today is to spend a minimum of 1 hour to reflect on any weight or burden that you're currently carrying and find out how you need to seek help, how you need to let go, how you need to deal with that burden. If you don't, let go of your weight, you constantly feel that heaviness, and productivity will be far from you if you keep going on that path. Anyway, we've come to the end of today's episode. If you can relate with any of the things that I've shared, or you want to share your own experience, feel free to leave a comment or head on to abrahamologundu.com/podcast to send me a message or leave a comment. Thank you for listening to this episode of Respectrum. If you find this really useful, guys, please share this podcast, tell a friend, rate, subscribe and review. Your rating, your subscriptions, and your review is very important to getting this show to more people. And this is very important. So please, guys, do this for me. If you'd like to learn more about me, of course, follow me on Instagram at IamOAbraham, or on Twitter at IamOAbraham. And don't always forget that together we are unstoppable. See you soon. Bye.